all praise to God. I welcome all of you. Good morning to all. So, you are watching the videos of what we have achieved in the last 2 years. But it's a very awesome moment for me to stand here and think about how we started 2 years ago. Despite we had a lot of vision, we were worrying about how do we make it happen. That is the time we approached BIRAC for funding. When we went and presented to the committee members, when he said you have very state-of-art infrastructure, you can start incubator without your funding, without our BIRAC funding. Then we said that despite we are in education, when we get an anchor, a brand like BIRAC, we can't move forward in this incubation system. So then they said, okay, we will just give BIRAC a brand and then you can start doing it. And that is the time I remember the conversations in the committee where our chief guest, who is the chairman of the Bionis committee, he said that if we are giving target to someone, then there should be a commitment. There should be a marriage, there should be a bonding. He said we will give money, maybe little money. He allocated 1.8 crore. That's a good money for us. But he said that let them prove and then come back and then we will consider later. So that's I still can't forget that moment, Professor Yogeshwar sir. You've been very kind to us. And then you had a lot of confidence, though we were very new to this whole incubation system. And that has really motivated the whole, the CIIC. And the success story, what you are seeing here. In fact, the BIRAC has given a 15 startups target to support in 3 years time frame. But I'm very glad to say we have supported 34 startups, biotech startups in 2 years time frame. Probably now we'll come up with a new target and a new request for money from BIRAC. So I welcome you, sir. And it's really, my heartbeat was, just decreasing once the professor landed from Hyderabad because we were really worrying that what is going to happen in this whole COVID last week. So I'm really glad that you have come and blessed us. I welcome you, sir. Next, the whole BIRAC system has put us on a forefront. In fact, I must salute the BIRAC system for the transparency and the governance they demonstrated. In fact, I didn't meet that person in, not even once I went to BIRAC office to go and meet the person. Everything was online. Everything was systematic. Till I get the money check, I didn't even meet the person with whom I'm interacting with BIRAC. That's an excellent demonstration of governance in our country by BIRAC. Thanks to the leadership of BIRAC team and especially headed by Dr. Manish Diwan and his team, Dr. Chaya Chauhan, Utkarsh Mathur and Ankita Chaube for getting us this excellent grant. Dr. Manish Diwan unfortunately could not join in person, but he will be joining through online. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Balachandran sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Tanvas. Welcome you, sir. In fact, they had excellent state-of-art facility. Maybe you name anything like PSL facility, animal facility and whatnot. So we are very, very glad that we visited them just a couple of months ago, and thanks to the support of Dr. Apparao, the Director CFDT, as well as the Director and R&D and Registrar. This all materialized within a month time. You can't even imagine such a government university, and the Vice Chancellor himself came for signing the MOU. Very much thankful and welcome you, sir. Then I would like to welcome our Selvarajan sir, who has, despite some family emergency, but he has still come to support us. In fact, the EDI, Entrepreneurship Development Innovation Institute, they launched the IVP program. When they launched it, we were the first one to go and participate. And then very glad to say, I think you also seen the video that we got 17 IVP grants and became #1 incubator in the state of Tamil Nadu to receive the large number of grants. Thank you, sir. The excellent. I think while I asked many people to apply, they were very critical about how long the government grant will take. You don't believe 15 days is the time frame once the application made and the person received the grant of ILS. That was excellent demonstration, sir. And next I would like to welcome Mr. Deepan Sahu, who all the way come from Delhi. We were very worried that whether despite this COVID thing, will they come from Delhi. And the Ministry of Education Innovation Cell has done excellent demonstration of supporting the innovation ecosystem in the country. In fact, after they came up, the whole academia system has regenerated, I would say. So the Atal ranking of institution innovation achievements and the 5-star ranking has motivated the whole innovation ecosystem to the next level. In fact, this national innovation startup policy, which we adopted 100%, is actually a great boon to the system. And thanks to you, sir. Every time I go for a check in our university, I go with the innovation startup policy, which says 1% of the turnover should be given to the incubation center. So that's a great boon for us to demonstrate our incubation center. Next, I would like to welcome all our board of advisors. They are actually the jewel in the crown. When we started without much of brand, today CIIC is today known for is because of the credibility of the board of advisors. We had our board, starting from Dr. Taslim Arif, who is going to join online today, and Chandu Nair, Mr. Reggie Joseph, maybe we say hello, Mr. Reggie Joseph, and Dr. Rajan Srikanth. They are very seasoned veterans, and they have been pioneered in Chennai Angels, IIT Madras Research Park and all. When we went and told this whole idea, they were ready to accept that they had a confidence on us. And they joined us as board of advisors, has given a lot of boost to us. Now coming back to our own stakeholders, I welcome our Honorable Chancellor, who has come all the way from Malaysia to attend this program. It is his first program after this corona in the last 13 months, and then he ensured that he will come and participate in this program. The one thing he said is, if at all we want to focus on the next future, he says entrepreneurship is the one which we are going to drive the whole university. The supreme authority of the institute said that entrepreneurship is going to the future. What more the CEO of the incubation will want, right? So thank you, sir, and we are highly motivated and welcome you. Next, our co-chancellor, sir. He is a man who, if I am standing today because of him, and of course he had a lot of vision, and then I worried that whether I can implement his vision. But I must confess now that I've been in corporate for 12 years, I had a very luxurious corporate life. But the amount of satisfaction I have now is definitely much higher than my corporate life. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Next, I would like to welcome our board of director, Syed Mohammed Buhari, sir. I could not find a day where he has never called me, right? So he calls me despite he's in Dubai, US. He in fact cut short his trip from US and all the way come and attend this program. He will going to talk more about the accelerator program which he has launched. It has been great boon, and then we are going to collaborate more. Thank you so much, sir, and for coming and making a presence. Next, one of our board member, Ahmad Buhari, sir. Thank you, sir. In fact, I know how much I troubled you to attend this function. He has to go to Singapore to go for 2 weeks quarantine to attend the program, but he ensured that he is come here. And I would say, sir, we are trying to convert his dream of building a 1.5x. He is the president of UEF, United Economic Forum, which drives the whole community wealth by a large target. And it's a 1.5x dream. He is going to talk about this, but he has given a $1.5 million target. Imagine. But he deserves to give that target because he himself built a $2 billion empire. So definitely your vision inspires us. In fact, yesterday we were talking to Professor Parvez and John Kurvila sir, who is our special guest. They were talking about how Mukesh Ambani has brought, the whole empire. He gives a target by saying that $1 billion EBITDA in 5 years. He said, if you talk less than this, don't waste our time. So he is, I think Ahmad sir will take us to the Ambani level. Thank you so much, sir. We will be very inspired to follow your vision. Next, I am very thankful to our board member Ashraf Buhari sir, who is our inspiration behind he says he's been into construction industry for many years, but moving to non-living, moving from non-living to living things. He is focused on taking our efforts in agriculture, and you are all going to visit the CIIC. The majority of the green initiatives, our agriculture initiatives like greenhouse, mushroom, it's all the inspiration come from him. Thank you so much, sir, and behind our support. And I would like to welcome now Rahman sir, who is the inspiration behind our Deputy Director of EDI. Being a part of the family, he said that you may not invite, I will come. Thank you so much, sir, for coming here. And our Vice Chancellor, sir, as you know, any CIIC program, the first person who comes for the program is our Vice Chancellor, sir. Welcome you, sir. He said during the NAC visit that CIIC is, jewel in the crown. That has really made us, what we have achieved. And then really, we are very humbled to have you as our, head. And thankful to our registrar, sir, who has also been supportive from day one. Welcome you, sir. And our Jalal, sir, who is our inspiration, behind the whole CIIC building. It has all prepared in 18 days with the support, under his leadership, with the support of Jamal sir and Khalid sir. And I also welcome our Deputy Registrar sir, who has never said no to anything to CIIC. So with all these things happen, with not by a single person. It's I may be the friend, but it's a whole team, as you say. And then when I joined it, I had to purchase my own table and chair. Okay, and then from there, now the whole empire was built because of the 10-member team. So I can name Ray, Nisha, Natraj, so Bona, Alisha. So I can name on our whole team members who have been behind the whole thing. Maybe I will end up this whole talk by saying that before that I also welcome our special guest of the day, John Kurvila sir and Professor Arvind Chinchur, from the guests from Thanuvas, the other dignitaries from Thanuvas, the Registrar, Director R&D and CFDTD, CEO of Chennai Angels, Dr. Chandran sir, and guests from Tahur Medical College, and guests from our CSM CRI, Dr. Ganesan, Dr. Jaykumar from CMFRI. So I can name many guests from Badwani Foundation and so on, as well as our special guest, Mr. Rahul from CEO of Gurbesiar Sumit, a Spanish company, one of the largest company doing Chennai Corporation Clean Tech Management. And thanks for bringing Sadar Jalal sir, the director of, as well as the part of the family, who has brought the whole thing. Thank you so much, sir. So if I missed somebody, as well as deans, directors, and studies, on many online guests who have joined. Yeah, Dr. Taslim sir and Mani sir, please welcome you all. Welcome joining the online. So if I missed anybody, just because I went to sleep yesterday properly. So otherwise I want to welcome all of you. And then, so I just wanted to end up by saying, Tamil saying, that Ippadi Thokin, Eppadi Vellu. Which means that if this whole team loses this war, then who will win the war? No? With this, I welcome all of you. And then we are going to have this foundation day, then we are having to have a demo day, where the 71 startups have had a booth and stall where you can interact. Thank you so much.